Your hometown station, KHTS, 98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Well, good morning and happy Thursday. 8:19 coming up on 8:20. We are almost at Friday. In studio, we have Richard Szerman and from Alta Realty, and he's going to tell us, I don't know what's going on, what the latest is, Richard, so you're going to have to fill us in. You always come in with some kind of story. Always seems to be something. And what's today's story?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and I always appreciate it when you guys let me on the air. That's very.
We
nice
let you in the door.
Yeah,
I know you tend to bang it a lot,
Yeah,
and we figure, come on in.
Easier to have me in than out. That's
exactly.
Fair. That's fair. No, I want to talk to you. We've been noticing the market, and I'm sure this is not a secret to anybody, that buyers have just been getting killed lately because the prices have gone up the way they have over the course of the pandemic, and now sort of at the end of it, there's a lot of market coming back, a lot of inventory coming on the market. But anyway, to help buyers out, what I wanted to talk to you today about is something we call the Rental Rebate Program, where we literally give people money to buy houses. If you are renting a house and you want to go buy a house, you should probably give us a call because we can give you 10% of the rent you've already paid. We just hand it to you and
you do something like.
Well, we do it through escrow, but something along those lines, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something along those lines. But yeah, it's real money. You can use it for anything. Most people use it for closing costs. We've had clients. I had one client use it for a giant clawfoot bathtub, which I thought was entertaining.
Okay.
Except he said every time he uses the bathtub, he'll think of us, which I could have done without. But anyway, we literally give people money to buy houses. So if you're renting a house at around $3,000 a month, which right now would be a little on the low side in this area, that means you're spending $36,000 a year. Over the course of 2 years, that's $72,000. It'd be nice to get 10% of that, $7,200 back.
Yes.
So we've got a client right now that we just started with yesterday. That's exactly her numbers. So this is the difference between her being able to buy a house and not buying a house, because with an extra $7,200, now she's in a position to buy a house. Up until that point, she wasn't.
Right.
And it also makes it a lot easier for low down payment buyers who are, if you're an FHA buyer or a VA buyer and you're competing against people who are all cash or 20% down, you're getting crushed.
Wait a minute, you all cash? Do people have all cash to buy a house?
There are a lot of investors. I don't think it's necessarily the smartest money in the world, but there are a lot of investors out there that are buying properties cash right now because they think the market's going to continue to accelerate. And I don't think they're right. I think we've already we're beginning to reach the ceiling of that, but I think the market data bears that out. But I don't know. We're also heading back into the pandemic. I thought for sure I was going to come in today and not have to wear a mask, but we're back to wearing masks again. And I understand why, so I'm happy to do it. But who knows? Until the pandemic really stops, until it finally recedes, and we can get back to whatever the new normal is, the market's going to be a little weird. So we thought this would be a good time to start talking about this program again, because we've had a lot of people who really need to take advantage of it, because it can make the difference between buying and not buying. And we're happy to do it. We literally give away money. We were actually talking in the office yesterday. I don't know how much we've actually given away over the couple of years, many years we've been doing this program. It's a lot. I don't know. I should total it up and maybe advertise with that. You've given away $1 million or whatever the heck it is. But no, 10%. It's a substantial amount of money. It's not an appraisal or something like that. It's
actually
money.
pretty cool. And I was just thinking as you were talking, maybe we should get one of those big checks.
Novelty checks.
I love those big checks. That you have to.
Can't walk into escrow with them though. We talked about that once. They get very miffed if you try to walk into an escrow company with a large novelty check.
When I bought my first house with my husband, I remember it was years and years ago, and we were very, first house, and there's just so much information to take in. Yeah. We gave because we didn't know better.
Yeah.
We gave every last penny for the down payment.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, okay, but in 6 weeks you need this much. And we're like, wait, I'm sorry, what?
While you're sitting on the floor because you can't afford a couch. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. That's unfortunately very common. We really counsel people against that. But this alleviates a lot of that.
Well, we didn't know.
Yeah.
So we ended up, and this is a true story. I'm not kidding around. We ate rice and soy sauce. But not just any soy sauce, the packets.
Yeah.
That we, helped ourselves to from, the local restaurant, and had steamed rice for like 3 weeks in order to just get
only 3 weeks.
So,
that's fine.
But it was, it's 3 meals a day.
3 weeks, that's fine.
So,
no, I was while you were telling the story, I was just thinking. Now I'm going to date myself by saying this, but in my case with my wife and I, when we bought our first house, it was Price Club. That's what I mean. For those of you who can remember Price Club. You used to be able to buy cases of top ramen, so it was actually less than 50 cents for a thing of top ramen, and we ate top ramen for about 6 months in order to get kind of stable after buying our first house. And then we're trying to alleviate that. That was no fun.
So this is a perfect, no rice, no ramen.
Yeah.
It is just go to Richard
Much
Sherman and get a big check.
Yeah, we are literally, I mean, we don't usually do a lot to advertise this because when you're giving away money, people tend to find their way to your door. But we literally give away money. I mean, I don't know how to make it simpler than that. If you were renting a house and you want to buy one, we are giving away money. If you have credit issues, which come up a lot, we'll help you clean those up. That happens with us a lot. People come in with credit problems. We help them clean them up.
How are credit ratings did anything happen during the pandemic? I mean, so many people lost their jobs or, had,
sure.
so did credit ratings kind of plummet?
Well,
What happened?
Overall, I don't know. I would say they stay. I mean, yes, overall they did fall, but then you have fewer consumers making fewer purchases, so that also affects it as well. So a lot of it's just kind of static. But everybody's story is different, and we're pretty good. And we know if we can't do it ourselves or we can't help you do it yourself, we have companies we can refer you to. But we're pretty good at credit cleanup. I mean, sometimes it takes time. I mean, we have a client that we just got her into her house. We've been working for the better part of 3 years to get her in a position to do that. Now, a lot of that was because she didn't follow some directions, but that's okay. So we're happy to hang in. But it took 3 years to get it done. That usually is about, if you have credit problems, it's usually about 3 months to get it fixed and get you on the right track. But
what is the now? So many of the banks and credit cards have that number. I think it's called a
FICO score.
FICO score. Is
Yeah.
that the number we should look at to kind of get an idea of where we are?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Credit goes in. That FICO score gets misnomered, misused a lot. Yes is the short answer. You want a FICO score. This is the general thing. First of all, you have 3 different bureaus, and so you have a cumulative FICO score when you go to get a mortgage of those 3. But what they call a median, which isn't actually a median, it's sort of, anyway, you get a cumulative score. Anything above 580, you can probably get a loan. Anything above 620, you certainly can, and 680, you're in good shape. And if you're above 700, then it makes it much easier, obviously. But it really depends on the type of loan you're doing, what your situation is. Whether you're doing a government loan, conventional loan. So there's a lot to it. But where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, you've got to remember, lenders make money by lending money. That's why they're called lenders. Banks make the majority of their profit by lending money. So they have to do that. I mean, if McDonald's couldn't sell hamburgers, McDonald's wouldn't be McDonald's. So if in order for B of A to be B of A, they got to do loans. So they're not going to make it, unreasonably easy, because God forbid, but even though they make money hand over fist on these things. But it's doable. I mean, they're looking to sell a product that you want to buy. So borrowers kind of have to keep that in mind. If borrowers do this to me all the time, they say, "Oh, I'm so glad I qualified for that." Well, when you bought a set of tires, you didn't walk into the tire place and say, "I'm glad I qualified to buy those tires." It doesn't work like that.
Right.
You decided what tires you want. They gave you a price. You accepted it. You paid them, and they put them on your car. This isn't really that different. It's just a lender needs to make sure, or at least reasonably sure, that they're going to get paid back, that you're reasonable credit risk. But there's a lot more that goes into that than just the individual. There's also the house. So, but give us a call. We're literally giving away money, and we can help you do this.
And what number? Please repeat it several times so we can get this free money.
I always do. My cell phone number. It's literally my personal cell phone. Everybody makes fun of me for using it, but my personal cell phone.
And there's so much to make fun of, other
That's
than
true.
the cell phone, Richard.
That's
But go ahead.
That's
Just
true.
give us the number.
I've got a wife and daughter who would happy to fill it in for you. My phone number, 661-714-1400. I'll do it again, 661-714-1400. My name again is Rich Sherman. I'm with Alta Realty, and if I don't answer when you call, and you can call me at 2 in the morning, it's fine. I answer 24 hours a day. But if for some reason I don't answer because I'm asleep or doing something else, send me a text. You can text me at that number as well, and I'll be happy to respond. But yeah, get in touch with me if you're looking to buy a house. We were literally giving away money to help people buy houses because it's more difficult now than it was in the last couple of years. So we're giving away money. Give me a call.
Richard Sherman from Alta Realty. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excellent.